How many hours are there in a day? 24, Ralph. Thanks, Erwin. Okay. This guy's excessive and okay. Make about 6 videos a day. They're 15 minutes a piece, right? Okay, so let's see. 15 minutes a piece, so 2 or half an hour. Okay, so there's a half an hour. There's an hour and 30 minutes. So I spend an hour and 30 minutes a day correcting technology so children can live the Lord's Prayer to save them from being assholes like you. Okay. You ever sat and listened to a Richard Feynman lecture? Okay. Does that help fix quantum computing so we can apply the physics of the Lord's Prayer? No, Earl, it doesn't. Thank you, Erwin. Okay, do you understand? That's the guy who knows everything from the Stupid in School comedy skit with Brian Regan, you know. A flock of geese, a box of oxen. Tito, Jermaine Jackson, imbecilin. You know, it's funny. I've ever heard it. Go listen to it. It's definitely 5 minutes worth of your time to laugh pretty hard. It's funny. The spelling bee, Katt. I know there's only one T. I'm out of here, right? So, yeah, it's very funny. Okay, so, so, it's not a bad way to spend a couple of minutes through your day just to survive hell and listen to Brian tell you jokes. He's funny. Yeah, he's a good kid. Oh, my favorite ones is when he's working at the restaurant and they had him out with the table things out with it. No, I've heard the stuff that comes out of your mouth. No stuff around the table. He goes, the lady, there's a hair in my food. And he goes, there's not going to be prizes or anything. She calls the manager over and says, yeah, and what did he say? There's not going to be. The manager says he's right. It's funny. No, it's very funny. That really happened. You know, he wasn't making that up. That was, oh my goodness. Yeah, people do. Yeah, I have friends like that. That shit was funny. Very funny. Yeah. Because I can be a tad bit obnoxious. Yeah, sometimes. No, a lot, you know, and I talk to people at the store, you know, a lot of times a lot of the conversations get very obnoxious because it's fun. You know, like with Dad today, you know, you sit there and you have these girls on the commercials and stuff, you know, talking all sexy in the commercials. He goes, when it gets right down to it, women that talk sexy in commercials now with mass communications to have a supply of the physical Lord's Prayer and we're not doing it, they're about as sexy as a prostate exam. And my dad started cracking up. So that's funny. Yeah, that's how you get. You get like, oh yeah, she's sexy, all right. Here, stuff 2 fingers up my ass, you know. And it's horrible, you know, and they had the little video saying that they're obsolete or whatever and stuff like that. Let's, you know, forgive debt and trespass, love one, eternal, faithful peace, you know, stop all the excessive psychotic behaviors, help the ecosystem restore itself. When the ecosystem restores itself, we will restore ourselves also, physically, mentally, and emotionally. It'll cut down and curtail a lot of human suffering, right? I like sports as much as the next guy. When I was young, I used to like to play, but when they got stupid, I just quit. You know, and I was a fabulous athlete, and the little voice in my head is Jesus, which technically, in relative terms, would be the eternal spirit of myself, told me, you know, not to focus on it because it wasn't what was important. And, you know, life being eternal, grace being infinite, kids like me, you know, that one brain chemical addicted kid that came and talked to me in Sierra Vista that was a killer for the government. You know, your religious beliefs are selfish. Just like, no, I just want to play basketball. The fucker's going to try to hurt me because I'm better than him. Yeah. He wants to impress the girls. Okay, you're going to, like with that Polynesian kid at Thunderbird Park from Moon Valley High School. Back when I was in school. I was playing with my total nerd friends, you know, we told the story a bunch, but okay, I had 2 friends that were Bob was a good athlete. Okay, he ran cross country and he could run and he is pretty pogo. He could jump real well. He was only about 6 feet my height, but he was a good jumper. He's really fast and he could really hustle. He didn't, fundamentals of basketball, wasn't a real good shooter, but he could finish on the layup on the break and he played real good defense. Okay, so he's a good ball player. Just not the type that would be on the team as much because with his type of skills, you'd want him to be a little bigger. but he was a very good athlete, excellent athlete. Who ended up being a policeman. And then Link was a little more awkward, but he had he was 6'4" and had close to about a 7-foot wingspan and big arms and big hands and the sausage. Everything was big feet. But Link was a little bit more awkward, but he could move that body in ways, and he worked on basketball, and he was an excellent scorer. And he was a good defender. He just wasn't as athletic as Bob. Okay. And then there was Darren and Brett. Darren and Brett. You remember when Kripke and Sheldon were fighting over the office, and what's his name? Howard, and then we're doing the gym. That Darren and Darren and Brett are kind of like Kripke and Kutherpali and Cooper, and yeah, that's okay. So we had 5 guys, and they were all football players that were jocks and played basketball, but weren't. You could tell that most of them probably weren't on the basketball. Probably could have been. And it was me and Bob and Link and Howard and Kripke or Raj, whatever. And so it was funny, but we kicked their ass because they came in and played for the court, yada, yada, right? And when we embarrassed them and they got shitty, and their cute little girlfriends came with them, cheerleader girlfriends, right? And the Polynesian guy had this cute little white girlfriend, and he was being a jerk, and she was sitting on the bench, smug, laughing about it because he deserved it, He got his comeuppance, and I hope she broke up with him because he literally, when I was putting on the final basket and stuff, he pushed me, went and did the defensive back thing and went and pushed me in midair right into her at the bench. Okay. And in order not to hurt her, I had to stop and plant my foot and put my hand on the back of the bench over them. And then as my leg, Bob said, he goes, Bob thought I broke my ankle. Because I turned my leg over where I was looking at the bottom of my shoe. That's how high I bent and turned over, got a high ankle sprain. And I propelled my leg up to push myself up when it was doing that, and did a somersault that you jumped over the bench so I wouldn't hurt the 2 young ladies. And then Bob was pissed. It was so cute because he was all ready to kick ass. I was like, that's my best friend, man. He's going to take on these jocks that are twice, could bench press his car because they were defensive backs and safeties and stuff. And Bob was like 135, 140 pounds. He's already kicked their ass. And like, okay, Bob, that's nice. Everything. I'm proud of you. But could you get me to the hospital? Because he thought, we both thought, it was going to be broken. I had 2 bone spurs where the cartilage tendon things pulled off 2 small pieces of bone off of the thing because it bent so far, but it didn't break. And it was, I'm tough. So Bob was like, he goes, I thought for sure your leg was fucked. I thought they did Finney with a separate piece with I was fucked because it looked horrible. When it happened, he looked at it and was like, the bone didn't pop out, but it was like watching Lawrence Taylor with Joe Theismann. I watched and looked at it too. I thought, oh shit, I'm fucked because it hurt, because my foot got good over, and I was looking at the bottom of my shoe, and I was pushing myself up off the ground so I wouldn't hurt these 2 young ladies. And the guys were laughing. Yeah, just like the guys who play like my sister and the coach that I went to play for at Natrona that was an asshole and a bigot, and because I was a Mexican and a drug dealer and all that crap and stuff. And so I've been there, done this, my whole life. And I always thought it was like that thing with, oh gosh, it's bigoted entitlement white people, blah, 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 blah. But I found out, if you put women, Hillary Clinton and Kamala Harris, and black guys that are brown with a white mom and a black dad, so if you put them in positions of power, and they want to be the hero and they want to be better than you, they'll do the same shit to you as a jealous Polynesian jock, a bunch of white rancher kids from Wyoming, a bunch of white kids that make fun of the Colville and the Colville kids, I told you that game too is funny. Bart was part Colville, his mom, Holly Meyer, one of the most beautiful women you've ever met and talked to. We all had a crush on Bob's mom, but she was the sweetest, and she was so nice, and she wasn't a gossip. She'd care, and she'd talk you through things. I love Holly Meyer with every ounce of my being. But it wasn't so much of a crush. It was like she's like a second mom, and she was so pretty, and she was one of my mom's good friends when we were in Colville. And you can see why mom just adored Holly. She's so pretty, and she's so sweet, and she's so kind, and she was just a wonderful woman. But Bart, we were sitting there playing in a tournament, and they had the kids from Curlew and Inchelium and Curlew, okay? And they were sitting there getting ready for one game, and we were getting ready for another game against some other team. And these little kids from the reservation were sitting there watching us come into the thing, and Donnie Hop and Mick Daly and some of the other guys started, especially Donnie Hop and Mick Daly, started going, woo, and all that crap that they do to, make fun of and be shitty to people that are, native people, as you'd refer to them, because they're not Indians, they're Colvilles. And me and Bart were both sitting there, hey, knock it off, fucking sugar, we were both sitting there, and the two little kiddos were watching us, okay? And so the two little kiddos went and reported to the junior high girls that were there at the tournament and stuff, too. So we went to go do our warm-ups, right? And they were pretty. They were Colville girls, and they were very pretty. And they came up, and they stood under the basket. And it was so funny. I'll still remember like it was yesterday, because I felt like me and Bart were like Rudolph at the reindeer games. I'm cute, right? We were doing our warm-ups, right? And Donnie... Mick Daly goes up to shoot. Male pattern baldness. He's going to go bald by the time he's 15. Okay. Donnie Hop comes up. He looks like Elmer Fudd. Okay. They started just ripping him apart. And I was like, you kind of do look like Elmer Fudd. He does have male pattern baldness. They're ripping him to shreds, just like me and Brett and Darren and Gumby and Clydesdale Pokey. They were obliterating these guys. Okay. And then me and Bart, because of what the little boys told them, I went up to go shoot my thing. I'm thinking, oh, God, what are they going to say about me? He's skinny, this and that. Ooh, he's cute. Okay. And I went, laid my layup, strutted back to the thing. I'm cute. They're cute. I'm cute. Feline. Not Feline. It was, I can't remember what the name of the girl is on Bambi. But I'm like, oh. Hope Donner's not mean, right? And then Bart, same thing. Bart came up, and because the little boys that, those two said, knock it off and whatever, and those other ones were making, so they ripped the ones that were making fun of. And me and Bart, we were the two on the team. They're cute, right? They're cute. We're like, those girls are pretty, and we're cute. Yeah, that was a good day. That was a very good day. I didn't get to play as usual, because we weren't in Deer Park playing against the best Spokane had to offer, kicking us sideways, and the coach didn't want to be embarrassed, so he put in the potheads, right? And I wasn't a pothead. Oh, okay. I smoked pot like 3 times in my life. Okay. I've drank alcohol like 3 or 4 times in my life. I always got accused, he's a drug dealer, he's a drug addict, and he's an alcoholic, and he's, and with what the military did to me with having the alcoholic poisoning and all that stuff. And what's hilarious is they put that stuff in my body, and I'm better than Robert Downey Jr. because it really happened. I kicked their asses on YouTube and Facebook. Okay. I can have them put heroin in my system and ethyl alcohol in my system, and I'm still more coherent and more intelligent than people that invent technology to spy in your house to tell you what to do with fake ass money. I think that's gorgeous. I think the Messiah is absolutely amazing. It's totally gorgeous, and he's cute. He's cute. Yeah, he's cute. Like me and Dad said about Muhammad Ali, sometimes you got to be a self-promoter. If nobody else is going to do it for you, you got to do it for your own damn self. And you got to let everybody know, this is the truth. It's not an R.K. Rowling's novel. You can be a billionaire, but it's not going to save you from being a distracted, stupid, narcissistic asshole. Alrighty then. In those commercials, Oh, I'm a sexy, sexy female voice, sexy, sexy. What are you thinking? Oh, God, I don't want to get a prostate exam. I'll just detox and then go to a pristine environment and then live a loving, kind life, and my body will recover. Yeah. Yeah. What you put into the world and what you put into each other, you get back. So, you know, understand truth, be a faithful lover, put that out into the world, and you will receive it. Okay. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. And you have to follow those natural laws, because if you don't follow those natural laws, you can't do unto others as you would have them do unto you. So that whole, oh, fuck them for money because I want them to fuck me for money. It's not going to work, asshole. Yeah, I want to be elected president. I like to live the Lord's Prayer, and I'm teaching technology what to do. And I'm a better person than you. Okay. Girl, you know it's true. You Milli Vanillis out there.